Let's talk about something that nobody really likes to hear, but it is true. If you're not currently employed, the market treats you differently. And there is this unfair assumption that someone who's already working will need less ramp up time and will perform faster. Is this always true? No. But is this something that you need to take into account? Yes. The good news is that there are ways to counter it. Show your work. Build one real project, not five small, one solid deployed working project that you can point to, explain, and be proud of. With AI tools available today, something that took once a month can be built in 2 weeks. And here's the approach. Start by defining what you want to build. Make it something real, something that solves an actual problem. Even a small tool like maybe a meal prep helper, a calendar for busy moms, something that people around you can actually try and test. This matters because if you force you to make real assumptions, handle edge cases, and deploy something that actually is working. Use an AI tool to help you create the specification, describe what you want to build, and have it help you think through the features, the data model, and the architecture. This is a great exercise in itself. It teaches you how to communicate requirements clearly, and how to build software engineering skills using AI tools, which is what a lot of companies are looking for right now. Set up your environment and deployment process early. Don't leave the deployment at the end. Deploying is part of the project. Designing it before coding is really important. Build your class, your data structure, your components, and how they are communicate with each other. Code, test, deploy. And when it's done, put it on GitHub with a proper README file. Add a live link, write LinkedIn post about it and what you've learned about that project. Talk about it at every networking conversation. This is your project. This is the proof that you are ready to work. Now, the second thing that will help you stand up is networking. Yes, networking is not optional. I know a lot of people hate this and they feel like it is not worth it. Networking for engineers should be genuine and specific. Don't take random numbers or connect with people on LinkedIn thinking they will hand you a referral. Build real connections with people you can count on the long term. People you have things in common. Connect with maybe 5 people you will meet once every 2 weeks or maybe once a month, and you will get and share news, share tricks. People who are maybe in the same situation than you, people who will be more likely to advocate for you if there is an open job in the company they got hired. Connect with other women in high positions and ask them for guidance, not referral, guidance. How can you stand out if they had an open position? What would make you a good candidate according to them? There was a time when referrals increased your chances of getting an interview. Not anymore. But connecting with people may still bring you opportunities, a chance to have a discussion with a hiring manager, with a recruiter. You're going to tell me, great, but how do I connect with those people? Okay, comment on posts in your technical area. Join Discord, Slack communities of women like ours. You can also reach out to alumni of the school you went to, or maybe to a previous job. Build the relationships first. The opportunity will fall. Now, an important way to actually get noticed is through LinkedIn. So let's check what we can do on LinkedIn to improve your profile and making stand out. Okay, so let's work on our LinkedIn profile because that's really what will make you stand out. Everybody's using LinkedIn right now, companies and recruiters. So that's really where you will get noticed. So let's start with a profile picture. I do understand that everybody's not necessarily comfortable to show their face on internet. But the thing is, this picture is what is going to humanize you. The recruiter, hiring manager, maybe even the interviewer will see you as a person. They will know to expect. Now, the open to work banner, is this does this look desperate? No. I've heard a lot of people saying that. But I would say, depending on your case, you may or may not want to add that banner. Let's say you are currently in a full-time job and you're not ready to quit in the next few weeks. No, don't share this banner because you don't know how your current company will take that. You can still do open to, and actually it's here, the frame that you are open to work. And usually it will ask you if you want only recruiters to know about it or everybody. In that case, you may just want only recruiters to know that you're open to work. If now you're not in a full-time job, it's the opposite. You should add that because that's mostly the only real way that recruiters will know that you're open to work. They may end up looking at your profile randomly, and that will actually open a lot of doors. So name is kind of straightforward. Use your real name, really important, because once you apply, if the interviewer or recruiter see that there is a mismatch, they will just think that you are a scam and keep going. So real name, important. And here is your title. So for your title, I would say it's really important to put the things that will stand out, and especially the skills you really want to show and sell to the recruiter. And keep in mind that I can show you that. Keep in mind that we won't see the full title in most cases. So keep the most important part at the beginning. So I chose to add that I am a tech leader. I have experience with backend and distributed systems. I worked for Meta. I am proficient in C++ and Python, but here I don't have enough space to add. And I added real-time infrastructure, scaling, and observability. For you, it will be your favorite language and the two skills you are the best at. So in the about section, keep in mind that if it's too long, nobody's going to read it. For me, I added a TLDR that most likely people may read. And if they want to know more, there is more about me. But I really highly encourage you to keep it short. One paragraph is enough. Highlight your key competencies here and impacts you provided so that recruiters and hiring managers will have time to read. If it's too long, they won't bother. They will just keep going. And here at your top skills, once again, what the things that you want to sell, the thing that you can do for the jobs you're looking for. Don't put all your skills or random skills. In featured, Here is an important part of your profile. If you're once again in a job, you're not in a hurry to get an interview or getting a new job, you probably don't need this. This is really a bonus. But for people who did not work for a while, are actually actively looking, I highly encourage you to add your GitHub with one big project and the link to either the app or maybe the website that you created, but something that shows that you can develop and deploy something real. This is your key to show the hiring manager that you're ready for the job and you won't need a big ramp up time. Activity, nothing in particular to say here. And experiences, in the experiences for the 3 last jobs you worked for, it's really important to add at least 3 bullets. Not random things are just what you know, but what you did, like the impact. Really important to not just say, I developed, coded, I designed, developed, tested. Everybody can do that. What did you do? What is the impact? What was the result of what you've done? I understand that when you didn't work for a while, it's difficult to remember. Ask ChatGPT to help you with this. Tell ChatGPT whatever you can remember, and they will help you formulate something that will stand out. If you took a career break, you can add that here. So either caregiving, full-time parenting, if you don't want to explain just a gap year. Address the gap briefly. You may or may not be asked about it, but you still have to be prepared to answer. You should be prepared to talk about it if you are asked to. In any case, keep it brief. I took a break. That's it. You don't need to apologize. You don't need to over-explain. You don't need to be defensive. You took a break, and that's a complete sentence. You don't want spending so much time on your gap that it becomes the main thing that the interviewer remembers. You took a break, but before that, you did this and this and this, and the last few months you worked on the project, and you explained what you did, what you learned from that, and that's what the recruiter needs to remember, is that you are able to create something, you are ready for it, you're looking for it, you're motivated for it. Education, straightforward, license and certifications, if you have, that's great. If you don't, not the end of the world. I would say if you took more than 3 years break, maybe it's good to have something that shows that you refreshed your memory on the language you're the most proficient in, but not that important. Skills, recommendation. It's good to have recommendations. And most important, make sure that you do not give recommendation to the people who give you recommendations. Otherwise, it won't look really genuine. Remember, you're not starting from scratch, and this is important. Your fundamentals, how you think about a problem, how to structure your code, how to collaborate with the team, those do not disappear. And what only changed is maybe the tool, the frameworks, the AI-assisted tools. That's where you want to focus and build. If you took a break bigger than 2 years apply for returnship programs. This is underused, and I can't emphasize this enough. Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, LinkedIn, there are a lot of companies who do returnship programs, and they are designed for people like you who took a career break. Keep in mind that you're not the only one who apply for returnship. So make sure you are prepared to actually make sure you are prepared for a real interview. They will interview a lot of other people like you and they will take the best.